In today's video, I'm going to show you guys the fastest method to get tickets in a Rise crossover. But before I go do that, we'll just let yourself a chance to win a free Game Pass. All you need to do is drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment your Roblox username down below. I pick a one lucky winner each video. Anyway, guys, let's get on with the video. Okay, so let's go ahead and load in to a rift. You want to quickly go ahead and create the dungeon and load into it. This is actually the new dungeon, so I'm not sure how good this one is as an example. And this will apply to every single dungeon. Keep in mind, you will get more tickets for dungeons that are higher ranked. Anyway, though, it doesn't matter how long the dungeon is. I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and quickly clear a dungeon. Like I said, I've never actually went ahead and done this dungeon before, so it may not be the best example. What you want to do is go ahead and run up on them. I also don't have anything equipped, so make sure you always have your things equipped, as that'll make it a lot faster for you. I would also advise, if you have no intention of getting any of the units, make sure you auto-destroy them, because, hey, why not? And you want to quickly run. Depending on if you have a Game Pass or not, it will speed this up a lot, or it'll make this a lot harder for you to go ahead and do. And it would keep running down here. Like I said, this is actually the new dungeon, which is quite interesting. So it looks really cool, and I haven't actually done a showcase video on it yet, and I probably won't make one on the dungeon, although next time that new dungeon, most likely I will. But for now, I'm just going to quickly show you how easy it is to spear in these dungeons. You may even be able to take some of the enemies out depending on what your melee weapon is and depending on the level of the dungeon, and they're the ones that are really good to do, because that means you'll be able to speed run through it. And yes, you can get S rank dungeons, especially if it's a leveling city, that you can't one shot. It's one of the main reasons, in my opinion, if you want to focus on like going and leveling up your like melee weapon or like sword or whatever you've went ahead and got for that section. And that's purely because there is actually just a bit of a use to it, and this dungeon we've done in a minute, which is actually a crazy clear time, and it proves how easy it is to go and do this dungeon. You want to go to rise the boss. Okay, we didn't get the boss. Instantly click leave, double tap sure. You want to press that, and that means you can get through that dungeon as fast as possible. And now what you also want to make sure you've done, which I think I did mess up a little bit here, is you want to make sure that you set your spawn point at the place where the dungeon is, which I will admit I definitely messed up, so I have to quickly get all the way back over there, and hopefully we didn't mess this up too much. And I'm going to show you guys how you can go ahead and do that all again to quickly speedrun clear the dungeon. But you'll get the tickets when you go ahead and beat the boss there, so you get some tickets really easily off this. We actually are getting this a little bit close, and the dungeon does despawn in about 60 seconds, so I actually may not be able to make another run on this. I did do this super late. Anyway, though, we're just going to jump down there, and I'm going to try and get this done literally ASAP. Okay, you see the dungeon, you want to jump off your mount, you want to quickly go up to the dungeon, you can click buy to do it again, and then you start the dungeon again, and boom, you can instantly get another clear on this dungeon. So as the timer goes on, you can go ahead and do it. And this dungeon, it's taking me about a minute to clear. This time, again, it's the newer dungeons. I've always noticed on Grass Village, though, for whatever reason, they always seem to be the fastest and the easiest dungeons to complete, which is very interesting. And anyway, basically, you just want to keep clearing the dungeons as fast as possible, because the dungeons are where you go ahead and get your tickets, and tickets are just insanely useful in this game. This is generally the fastest method to do. You just want to keep running to each one. Of course, in a double dungeon, you get twice the amount of tickets, but it'll take twice as long, so it's a double dungeon. So although double dungeons are definitely worth doing if you see them, they aren't necessarily the best way to get tickets, because it's basically in the normal speed, so it's the same as anything normal. Also, try and do everything in like the ones at the front first, so really just try and get every single NPC at the front done, then make your way to the ones at the back. And you can get different rooms. Some rooms can only have 2 NPCs in, and they're the best. You want as minimum rooms as possible, and you want to clear it as fast. You can also use this method if you're trying to get like a bunch of bosses, if you just want to really quickly clear them, and you're not really caring about the units, just caring about beating them. And I think some of these are actually maybe able to one-shot, and you just want to make sure you have a good one on. But yeah, we did this in 45 seconds this time, which is actually crazy as far as clear times go for dungeons, and we managed to hit the boss as well, so hey, that's the cherry on top there. And boom, we got some more tickets just like that. Then you want to leave soon after you've went ahead and done that, because again, that's just some fast tickets, and you want to basically keep on doing that. And now, what I mentioned earlier, I'll actually go into a little more detail now, as there's a little bit of a scuffed run there, is when you are clearing dungeons as fast as you can, of course we'll load back in now, every area has a spawn point. So if you know a dungeon, for example, is in Brum, you want to set your spawn at Brum before you go into the dungeon. I did mess that up there. And basically whatever it is, so if it was in over here again, if it was here in Grass Village, we would need to go and set a spawn there. Actually, every single area has one of these capsules, and you want to make sure you set your spawn there. So quickly fly over there, as it does take a lot of time traveling in between them, depending on what you are using. Also, since it's a little more interesting, is actually the fastest mount in the game is currently other than, of course, the Great Dragon, which I doubt many people have, and is this boat, which is really easy to obtain. So if we quickly get on him just there, it's actually faster than going ahead and using the Dragon. I know it's actually probably quite close there, so it may have just been worth using the Dragon. It may not look it. It takes a few seconds to speed up. So if you are doing it from start, from somewhere far away, you want to go ahead and use this. And now, like I said, it does matter like how many tickets you can get from the dungeon, but our rarity is, and then if you came over here, the spawn point is just here. But I do have some other really cool ways to go and get tickets as well. Although this is the main way, and it's the most consistent way you can go ahead and get tickets from playing the game. You can also use game codes. Now, this game very, very rarely ever adds in a game code. The only real code they have right now is this code that isn't basically people that like not pay to play. Essentially, anyone can use this code, no matter who you are. If you go ahead, scroll down the bottom, I have already used it, and just type in update. The code is literally UPDATE, all in capitals. You redeem that code there. It says code 0 redeem. That will give you 100 free tickets. Now, you can also technically, at least you start to use tickets to buy tickets. I don't think you do that anymore, but with tickets, you can buy game passes. You don't need to waste Robux. One ticket is the equivalent to 1 Robux, which is actually really insane when you think about it. And it is really one of the coolest things about this game is they have so much free-to-play stuff in this whole game. It's free-to-play. You don't need to ever spend money on the game. Of course, as you can just go grind up and you can get the game passes. If you do spend Robux, it will speed up your progress throughout the game. And it is, I do feel like it's important to know. I know this video is all about getting tickets. You probably don't care about this, but if you do ever want to donate to the game, they did just add something in. It's kind of cool there. But anyway, you just want to clear dungeons as fast as possible. And if you are trying to get better melee weapons, always make sure you have your best one equipped, which I don't think I have my best one equipped, so I'm being a little bit hypocritical. So if this C rank one is of course better than this D rank one, so I probably want to make sure I've got this equipped there, and these still aren't really the best. There's a few other ways you can make your melee weapon a lot stronger, and basically the reason you get melee weapon stronger is you just be able to instantly go ahead and just take out the enemies as you go see them, go up to them, and you one tap them and then move on, so you don't need to wait for your shadows to catch up. And I know also the game pass that you do really need, or find really helpful for this, is auto attack. If you do not have auto attack though, do not worry, you just have to manually click them. I was showing it off with auto attack, so without auto attack you'll probably add an extra few seconds onto your run, but it isn't crazy how much time will go add. But anyway, you want to make sure you have the best weapons you can. So you can do is you can upgrade your weapons if you have multiple of the same weapon, such as I've got a bunch of these Trollbanes, they do 25k each, but if I go ahead and put 3 Trollbanes in to this right now, costs 10k gems, and now Trollbane has just had an absolute decent upgrade. It's about doubled in damage. And what you can also do, and I actually go do on the weapon I'm using right now, is when you go ahead and do dungeons, if you destroy things, you will actually go ahead and get a rare powder dust. Now, depends on what dungeon will you get. I believe it's like D's and C's get the worst ones, and it kind of scales up as that goes on. You will also need to use some gems, but you can actually get an enchant on this. And the first enchant I got was loot. Now, loot is a pretty decent one. It basically means when you go and take them out, you'll get more stuff. But if you are trying to go ahead and, of course, get tickets as fast as possible, you don't want loot. You want to get Vorpal, sharpness, something along those lines. We'll try that again. We got loot too. Again, we don't really need that. We got loot and we got Vorpal. Okay, that's kind of cool there. And I'm not sure. Wait, does it actually stack for Deuce again? Okay, well, I don't know if I'm scared. So we've already maxed out, but these are the enchants we got on this. We got Vorpal 5, which increased chance of landing critical hits, or double hits. So basically means it's so much too strong here, which I think will actually just one-shot anything anyway. If I didn't one-shot it, I would have had the chance to go ahead and hit it more times. We did get loot, which doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, guys, hope you found this video useful. If you did, drop a like, subscribe. If you ever watch all my videos, I got so many guides, so many tutorials in this game. Arguably, I think I actually have the most on YouTube, so give them a check. There are so many. If you got a question in the game, this channel probably is the answer to it. Anyway, guys, see you next one. Bye.